Gentleman's time it has expired, and I'm going to recognize myself for 5 minutes. Mr. Regas, there's been a lot of speculation and motivation projected onto you personally, the State Department, certainly the administration. Explain to us, what is the purpose of this fiscal and personnel realignment? In your words.
Well, thank you for that question, Congressman. It's to align the mission of the department with the core function, with what its original core function is, which is conducting the foreign policy and diplomacy of the United States government.
And are you saying that maybe we had gotten out of focus on some of that?
I think so. I think some of that started in the post-Cold War environment where we didn't have that Soviet threat anymore, and so a lack of focus led to sort of an expansion of offices and issue-specific areas that it was sort of a department looking for a mission, looking for a function. I think it's pretty clear we're back in an era of great power competition, and I think that's focused the mind and focused our intentions back to engaging in real diplomacy.
Yeah, many of us up here questioned the role of USAID in pushing not aid, but philosophy and actions onto a lot of countries. And I'm assuming that this kind of reform is intended to enhance transparency, enhance efficiency. Anything else it's trying to do?
Yeah, and centering the mission, empowering our diplomats. Most of the work that's been consolidated, the offices that have been eliminated, have been to take those functions. The functions themselves haven't been eliminated, or at least the functions that we want to keep have not been eliminated. They've been moved.
As you were pointing out with the office with trafficking, correct?
Yes. They've been moved to the regional bureaus, right, and to the posts overseas. So our ambassadors who are in those countries where, say, human trafficking is occurring, or the regional bureaus where it's a big problem, they are now the ones who are empowered, who know these countries best, and who are in the best possible position to take action.
Is that why we put ambassadors in place?
That is why we put ambassadors in place.
Okay.
They have the title plenipotentiary because they are the chief ranking official in that country representing the President of the United States.
Well, welcome to Washington, which always believes if 10 is good, 100 must be better, and frankly, 1,000 must be essential.
Yes.
So I think we're seeing this disruption of this notion of just adding to budgets and adding to FTEs. Somehow that means a better product, or certainly that the interests of the United States are being brought about in a better manner around the world. And I mean, that's clearly not been the case, correct?
That is correct. Yeah, and you see even some of the most successful and iconic American companies out there, Facebook, Microsoft, Google, they've laid off people. They do it all the time. And it's not because they don't have the money to pay for it. It's because those offices or those functions aren't doing what they need to be doing, and they need to focus on their core mission.
Not to mention $36 trillion in debt. So I'm going to move on, though. I'm going to take on a personal issue. This has been of particular interest to me, that following the Biden administration's disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan is the treatment of our Afghan allies. Again, these are Afghans who have risked their lives and their families' lives to serve alongside the U.S. Armed Forces for years, thus saving countless American lives along the way. I know the chairman has had personal experience on this. I've said this on many occasions, that we must uphold that sacred commitment that we've made to them, and I believe these brave Afghanis who have undergone rigorous vetting processes that have been required and properly so are welcome into my neighborhood and my state anytime. Can you give me a quick update on the status of the U.S. Department of State's Office of Coordinator for Afghan Relocation Efforts, CARE?
So yes, we're continuing to process those requests for folks who want to get SIV visas. I believe we have $500 million from the prior year that we've deemed sufficient to continue operating that effort going forward into FY26. We've admitted, I think, 1,200 folks under that program since the beginning of the administration. And the functions of the CARE office have moved to the regional South Central Asia desk. Again, this is part of how we're empowering the regional bureaus and the ambassadors to take care of the diplomatic work in their countries and in their regions, the people who are best positioned to know those areas best. So that work is continuing.
All right, my time has expired.